Students, now we are about to talk RNA interference. This is a kind of a gene silencing phenomenon, and this may be defined by specific binding of short RNA to target sequences in a process mediated by argonate family proteins. That means short RNA molecules having a length of around 20 to 30 nucleotide may specifically bind to the endogenous RNA molecules. And finally, these endogenous RNA molecule may be degraded or severed into several pieces. Actually, this specific binding is mediated by argonate family proteins. Endogenous means something originated or coming from inside. So these endogenous RNA molecules means they are synthesized within the cells, and these short RNA molecules, they are of exogenous origin. So they are coming from outside of the cell. So these short RNA molecules, they are originated from outside the cell, may come inside the cell and specifically bind to the cytoplasmic RNA, and with the help of argonate family proteins, these short RNA molecules degrades this target cellular RNA molecules. This is what is known as RNA interference. Actually, for a longer period of time, this RNA interference may not be known to the world. Hints of it maybe came from some of the experiments. The first one was something studies related to Schalken synthase. This Schalken synthase included in the metabolic pathway that lead to the production of the violet product of the petunia flower color. So scientists actually wanted to improve the violet color of the petunia flower by introducing the CHC gene or overexpressing the CHC gene. But the resultant was quite shocking. Instead of getting the improved violet color, they were got white colored petunia flowers. Further, they were analyzed the CHC mRNA level within the petunia cells, and they have found that instead of a higher level of expression of this CHC mRNA, they were got 50 times lower CHC mRNA levels in the transgenic petunia cells. Finally, they came to the conclusion that to improve the CHC expression, they have introduced foreign CHC gene into the petunia cells. And their conclusion was that this exogenous transgene that suppressed the endogenous CHC gene within the petunia cell. And the term they were called that co-suppression. The next hint was observed in 1992 in a research work that was actually carried out by Romano and Massino, in which they were actually trying to transform albino 3 and albino 1 genes into neurospora, a kind of fungus. Instead of getting higher level expression of these albino 3 and albino 1 genes in that neurospora cells, they were observed low level expression of these genes. That means the additional genes of albino 3 and albino 1, they were introduced into the neurospora that were affected the endogenous expression of this AL1 and AL3 genes. They were termed this process as quelling. So in the first experiment, they were termed that process as co-expression, and here in this experiment, they were termed it as quelling. After that experiment, several years goes by. The RNA interference still remained uncovered. Then a major breakthrough was observed in a research work that was actually carried out in the nematode worm. In this experiment, scientists were actually wanted to knock down this PAR1 gene of Caenorhabditis elegans. PAR1 means a partition gene that was actually involved in the compartmentalization of Caenorhabditis elegans. For that, they have constructed an antisense RNA, and that antisense RNA may be introduced into Caenorhabditis elegans cells. And that antisense RNA having complementary sequence with that of the PAR1 RNA. So this antisense RNA and PAR1 RNA get hybridized, and then this antisense RNA prevents the translation process of PAR1 RNA. So you can mask the expression of the PAR1 gene. In the conduct of this experiment, they have run one more experiment with a control. Here in this control, the RNA was a sense RNA. Instead of antisense RNA, they have used a sense RNA. This sense RNA actually doesn't do anything with the PAR1 RNA, because both PAR1 RNA and sense RNA both having same similar sequences, so it cannot hybridize with the PAR1 RNA sequences. Yet the resultant was quite shocking, because here in the control experiment as well, you were got low level expression of this PAR1 gene. So here in the control experiment as well, you were got an aberrant result, that was the PAR1 gene expression was quite low. So both in the antisense RNA experiment and in the sense RNA experiment, the resultant was almost same. In both experiments, they were got low level expression of this PAR1 gene. Actually, what was expected that in this experiment with the antisense RNA, you were getting a low level expression of PAR1 gene, and in the control, and the normal level of PAR1 gene expression can be observed. But the real observation was that in both experiments, they were got a low level expression of this PAR1 gene. This was an experiment actually carried out on 1995, and the possible explanation was that the single stranded sense RNA that may have contaminated with the double stranded RNA. They were used bacteriophage RNA polymerases for synthesizing single stranded RNA molecules. So that bacteriophage RNA polymerase is notorious for preparing or synthesizing aberrant RNA molecules having double-stranded structures. So these double-stranded structured RNA molecules, they might have been the possible reason for inhibiting the PAR1 gene in the control.
Later on 1999, Hamilton and Balcombe, they were detected the antisense RNA, and this small antisense RNA are able to bind the target mRNA and triggers the target mRNA's degradation. So further studies shown the presence of RNAi activity or RNA interference activity. Those scientists were able to co-purify small RNA segments. They were also found that the introduced double-stranded RNA were processed into small RNA segments. These small RNA segments can able to bind the target mRNA. This target mRNA may be heterologous or endogenous origin. Heterologous means the gene of this mRNA may be from an outside source. For example, if a cell may be infected with a virus, then viral genome may be introduced into that cell. The mRNA, those are produced from that viral gene, are examples of heterologous. If this mRNA may be an endogenous one, then that endogenous mRNA are produced from genes, those are coded within the cell itself. So whatever these small RNA segments were bounded on the target mRNA and then cleaves that target mRNA into several pieces or degrade that mRNA into several pieces. What is the Basic mechanism of RNAi or RNA interference.